Welcome to Hollywood Bulletin, where we uncover the untold truths behind the shows you thought you knew. Today, we pull back the curtain on one of America's most cherished series, Little House on the Prairie, and reveal the hidden tensions, emotional struggles, and behind-the-scenes hardships that shaped the show, especially for Karen Grassel, the beloved Ma. When Little House on the Prairie lit up our screens, the bond between Michael Landon and Karen Grassel as Charles and Caroline Ingalls seemed picture perfect. But the reality off-screen was anything but. Karen Grassel's journey began far from Hollywood. Born in 1942, she was raised in Northern California and found her love for performance early, eventually studying at UC Berkeley and earning degrees in English and dramatic art. She furthered her training at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, where she honed the skills that would carry her from Shakespeare festivals to Broadway. Though her resume was filled with stage credits and television appearances, she was a virtual unknown to TV audiences when she landed the role of Ma in 1974. Chosen from among 47 hopefuls, Grassel was picked by Michael Landon himself, who wanted actors with minimal Hollywood baggage. The cast, which included hand-picked child actors like Melissa Gilbert and Melissa Sue Anderson, was built for authenticity, but authenticity behind the scenes was more complicated than it seemed. Though the Prairie looked idyllic, the set was tense. At first, Grassel was excited to work with Landon, a beloved TV star and the show's executive producer, writer, and director. But as Little House became a hit, Karen felt increasingly sidelined. When she asked for a raise ahead of the second season, Landon allegedly rejected her request harshly, downplaying her value and comparing her salary to that of the child actors. Following the dispute, Grassel noticed she was written out of major storylines, and her scenes were cut. She described the environment as bullying, with Landon making demeaning comments and treating her coldly. The physical demands of the show were equally punishing. The cast filmed in Simi Valley, California, where summer temperatures soared past 100 degrees. The period-accurate costumes, layered dresses, tights, petticoats, and boots were stifling. Allison Arngrim, who played Nellie Ollison, fainted from heat exhaustion on her first day. Even seemingly simple elements like hairstyling became grueling. Arngrim eventually wore a wig held in place by metal combs and dozens of bobby pins that left her scalp bleeding. Despite the smiles on screen, many actors were suffering. Landon's work ethic, though admirable, added to the stress. He reused storylines from Bonanza, sometimes copying entire episodes shot for shot. His perfectionism created friction. Despite playing a humble farmer, Landon drove a Ferrari, smoked heavily, and created a workplace atmosphere described as locker room humor by cast members. Grassel's memoir revealed his off-color jokes and crude behavior, especially during scenes meant to portray tender marital moments. She recalled lying next to him during bedroom scenes, surrounded by a male crew, while Landon cracked vulgar jokes that left her humiliated and trapped. Karen Grassel's challenges weren't limited to the set. She also struggled personally, battling alcoholism. In her memoir, she described how a glass of wine at a cast luncheon spiraled into a realization that she was fighting addiction. After an emotional rock bottom, she sought help and chose sobriety. Her father's own death from alcoholism reinforced the seriousness of her decision, despite the emotional wounds. Grassel and Landon reconciled before his death in 1991. Still, her story reshaped the public's view of the show and its beloved patriarch. Melissa Sue Anderson echoed Grassel's claims in her own memoir, describing Landon as controlling and prone to targeting cast members with relentless teasing. She also revealed that Landon's decision to destroy the Walnut Grove set in the finale was driven not by drama but revenge. He didn't want other productions using it. Landon's behavior wasn't new. On Bonanza, his early years were marked by conflict. Director William Claxton described him as a brat who later matured into a creative powerhouse, driven to control every aspect of production. That fire, though, came at a cost. Co-star Allison Arngrim later reflected that while she personally liked Landon and found his energy entertaining, she acknowledged the boys' club culture he fostered. Little House may be remembered as a wholesome escape into frontier life, but the truth was more complex. Karen Grassel endured marginalization, emotional strain, and gendered disrespect, all while portraying the iconic Ma. Her courage in telling her story has reframed how we view this beloved show and reminded us that behind the nostalgia lies a reality that was anything but simple. If you found this story compelling, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the truth behind your favorite shows.